Support for this show comes from Heinz. Heinz is inseparable from both football and the Pittsburgh experience. It's an iconic staple that simply can't be replaced. And just like the unwavering loyalty fans have for their team, the same can be said for those Heinz fans who know what they want in a sauce. So the next time you want to gather with friends to talk about how this is the year for your team, remember to add Heinz to the menu, the official condiment of the NFL and the NFL Draft. Stock up on Heinz, available at retailers nationwide. It has to be Heinz.
Appreciate everybody coming out. Thank you to Vox. Thank you to Heinz for making this possible. Thank you to Heinz Museum for also making this possible. This is a really cool event. I love coming here. Have you been here yet?
I have not been here. This is my first time. It is awesome.
Got to go to the Franco Harris part. That's one of my favorites. Did everybody see the statue going into the the airport as well?
Oh, that's a staple.
How do we feel about that, though?
What, the Immaculate Reception?
No, the statue being where it's at.
Yeah, they moved it.
I know, they moved it. I'm used to, you get off the plane, you see Franco's statue, you walk right past it. But I like just direct eye line. I know I'm getting off topic, but... Yes, sir.
Well, I think everybody takes a picture at it for the first time they see it, right?
Yeah.
I know I did at least, so.
Yeah. What do we think about the draft, though, being in Pittsburgh? Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. How about that opening scene playing Renegade? That was nuts, too.
I'm more into your version of pumping up the crowd. You look like a wrestler out there.
I wish I had run in between all the fans and just had like this big WrestleMania moment just running through the fans. That would have been really cool.
You flexed and were screaming at everybody. It was impressive.
Well, okay, a little bit insider information. We're up there, and I'm talking to TJ. I'm like, why am I the only one talking? He was like, I'm not doing this. And I was like, oh, okay. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it. Like, I'm going to have some fun with it. And he was like, all right. He gave me my props, but he was like, maybe you had a little too much. I was like, you could have done a kick and everyone would have been excited. So
I don't think it was too much. Where our event was at, people were going crazy for you on there. You did a good job.
Thank you. I try.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you, what did you think about the first round? Obviously, the Steelers have been subject to some drama in the first round. We thought we were getting Malachi Lemon. He was on the phone with the Steelers, and then Philadelphia called. And then they pick a tackle who looks like a hell of a player anyway. Mm-hmm. What did you see? What did you think about that whole situation?
We were doing the pod at the time. We had Will Howard. I'm trying to set this up perfectly. I'm like, oh, we're going to take a wide receiver. Who do you want? I'm like, Malachi Lemon. He's next up. I get a text on my phone, on my laptop. We're taking him. Then a text comes across and it's like, we're not taking him. And I'm like, what does this mean? I have Will Howard talking about it. He's like, oh, yeah, Malachi Lemon. He's coming to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I hope it happens. Boom. Philly takes him. And Dallas helped. How about that? Dallas made it even worse.
I think they're also mad at Philly for other reasons.
Why?
They're kicking the Penguins' ass right now. That's what's going on.
We don't want to talk about that.
You got to be honest about it, guys. Come on.
No, but I like the pick. Max plays with a great motor. Plays downhill. Is able to pull as a tackle. I know we've had some injuries on our O-line, but you can never have enough good O-linemen. Having more O-linemen, I think our last 4 picks have been in the trenches on both offense and defense, so it's just going to benefit us to have a stronger group. He's going to learn from guys like Zach Frazier, also Troy Fautanu and Mason McCormick. So there's a good group of guys already there. But, just adding him to the mix is going to be special.
Yeah, and I saw a thing that he hasn't played much football. He's kind of still raw. I don't think he started playing football until he was in, JUCO.
Yeah.
So what does that mean to you that, he's still got so much to learn, but he was a good enough pick to be in the first round?
Well, insider information again, every player in this draft is raw. Every player is going to have to learn.
But some have played longer than others. If you just started in college, man, you're way behind compared to everybody else.
Yeah.
When did you start playing football? How old were you?
I started playing football 5th grade.
So 35 years ago.
When did you start playing football, if you really want to get into this?
I started playing football when I was 7 years old. Don't try my joke. It's not going to work because I'm not as old as you. Don't do that.
When did you stop playing football?
I stopped playing before high school. All right? When you line up against him, you learn real quick. This ain't for me, all right, guys? Okay, yeah, it was not smart. So, yeah, I stopped playing before I had to go against you.
Well, for good reasons.
Yeah.
But let's get to our guest, because I think he really wants to come on stage. He enjoys talking about not only himself, but Aaron Rodgers as well. He's one of Aaron Rodgers' best friends. I give him a hard time all the time. No, it's not Pat. Pat talks about Aaron a lot, too. But please give it up. He went to Northwestern.
Northwestern, then Notre Dame.
Yes.
Played for the Rams, won a Super Bowl.
Won a Super Bowl, and was also a Pro Bowler this year. We have to give him credit for that. Please give it up for Ben Skowronek. Wow.
There he is.
Wow.
He gets it. Look at that.
Wow.
Wait.
Wow.
Look at that. That is great. Everything besides your Ohio State hat.
And you think this guy doesn't
Another one. We got two. There's a lot. Three. We have
Wow.
three.
There might be more Skowroneks out there than Heyward.
We have some smart, great, smart fans here. Look at that.
How many times can you say smart?
And my doppelganger right there.
Doppelganger?
In a Bills jersey? Well, who is 64 on the
Dawkins?
Bills? Oh, respect.
Nice.
Respect.
Nice. Yeah. He's not problematic at all. Yeah, he wasn't.
No.
You probably had a poster of Richie Incognito one time.
Yeah, I did.
So you see Ben, he loves talking about himself, if you couldn't tell. But Ben, Pro Bowl player, what's it like?
It was an honor for sure. It was something that the past handful of years playing special teams, being double-digit tackler. I've been wanting that for a few years, so it was a pretty cool accomplishment in my football career. Got a Super Bowl, got a Pro Bowl. I missed out on All-Pro this year. I was pretty bummed about that, but still got more to accomplish.
Being a Pro Bowl player, you've got the hair everybody loves to talk about. Did you and Hayden set up dressing alike?
He texted me. So when I was getting ready, I had this white T-shirt on. I had black jeans, and he said, "Hey, I'm wearing white T-shirt, black jeans."
Yeah.
And
This didn't happen, by the way. This is not a real story.
It was very quickly. I wore these jeans last night, and I gave him a quick sniff test, and I had to switch it. I couldn't be like Hayden, respectfully. It's okay.
Respectfully.
And no, I don't have burgundy pants and.
Well, they're tight burgundy too. It's
tight burgundy.
Toit burgundy. Toit like a tiger burgundy.
Don't have
Are
the
you
Rolex.
my co-host or his?
I don't know. Ben and I talked to the back. I think we kind of want to take the show over.
Yeah. I don't have the Rolex and I don't have the tight, very tight gray polo, but I have the white Nikes on, the dirty white Nikes. I have those on. So we have some similarities. White T-shirt, white shoes. We're
Wait,
good
did
up
Aaron
here.
allow you to come out here today?
Yeah, he gave me the A-OK. Called him in the green room. Hey, go on Cam's podcast and speak highly of me. So that's what I'm here doing.
So one thing cool about Ben, a little trivia, he was Aaron Rodgers' first touchdown pass last year. Yeah.
Well,
I don't think anybody had that
hold up.
bet written down.
First as a Steeler, I'm not that old. First as a Steeler.
First as a Steeler.
Not, yeah. But I'm not that old.
But like our betting expert right here.
Oh, yeah. The odds on that, no offense, Ben. I mean, it was probably, what, plus 12,000? You'd be the first touchdown scorer?
Got to be a better.
I mean,
better.
I mean, you're right. I when you scored, I wish I'd
Did you tell your family ahead of schedule and say, hey, guys, bet on this?
After how training camp went, I didn't know how many plays I'd be playing on offense. So the answer is no to that, but the football gods knew how much custard Aaron and I had in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, and they rewarded me with a
Custard?
Custard. Meadows. You ever been to Meadows?
I have not.
Meadows?
Wow.
Who's been to Meadows? Give me a show of hands. We got about 10 to 12 hands up.
He likes the sweet pizza out there. What is that pizza you made us eat?
Joey-O's.
Oh, That was bad.
Yeah, Joe-Yo's.
It's bad.
Did you enjoy your time at Latrobe?
Latrobe was phenomenal. It was football,
All the time.
friendship, and family. I have family in the area.
What family did you have out there?
I have my dad's from south of Pittsburgh, Connellsville. Shout out Connellsville. And I have some family down there in the area, so I got to see my cousins and aunts, uncles came out to practice. So yeah, family.
You're not only just a wide receiver, you're also, a jack of all trades. How do you prepare in carving out a niche for just having so many different roles?
I guess expect the unexpected. It kind of started in 2022, I believe. Sean McVay came up to me on a Wednesday, and I thought it was a normal Wednesday. He said, hey, we're going to put you in the I formation this week. I said, what? He said, forget that meeting, come to my office. And I spent about an hour and a half with him going through alignment, assignment, technique, and carved out a cool little niche, 11 personnel, I formation. There was some play action off it. That's probably my best statistical year, 2022 on offense. So it kind of started there, but I realized very quickly in this league, if you're not a superstar starting guy, you better be able to do what they ask. So whatever the coaches ask me to do, whether it's in the pass game, in the run game, obviously in the third phase, special teams, like you got to do it. So that's kind of how I prepare for it. Just expect the unexpected, do what the coaches ask you to do, and I just want to play as long as I can. So I think that will help.
You talk about the importance of that. You've mentioned Connor's versatility, but how important is it to have guys like that can play so many different positions on the roster, especially when guys like you aren't willing to play special teams?
What?
No, he's willing. I won't rip on Cam. Cam is a very willing field goal protector. I mean, try to get through that guy. Can't.
Okay. First of all, I've been playing special teams for 15 years. I've been doing kickoff return for at least 7 to 8. Then
You haven't done kickoff return in a while.
Yeah.
You were the wedge. He was the wedge. Well, that's true. But you were the wedge guy. That hasn't been around for like 10 years.
They outlawed the wedge finally. But I also been the tight end on field goal for 15 years, so never run away from that.
Selfless guy right here. Everyone give a round of applause to Cam Heyward. Selfless guy right here. Wow.
Yeah, to play that position, you have to be selfless.
You have to. It's a tough position.
Then you jumped on defense doing the field goal block. I hated this dude, first of all. I hate this dude on field goal block.
He goes too
Tell him
hard?
why.
No, just reasons. Cam would never move over enough, and I'd have to be behind him and say, hey, move over. And he would never move. And
he just likes to talk. And, I'm trying to get ready for the play. And we have this thing where he would jump over the pile. Because of him, it helped in the Baltimore game. He flipped over and hopefully messed up the kick.
They knew it was coming. They were calling it out. And
Yeah.
I was sitting there.
I'm in a stance, right? And every time he's down, he's like, move over, move over, move over,
Because
move over.
I can't cover the center.
Yeah, I'm over. You don't have to keep telling me. I got very annoyed very quick, and I just, shut up, Ben. I don't want to have to deal with this. And that was the clean version. But
This podcast is all clean version. I'm a little nervous up here because it's live. You can't cut.
You should have been there last night. Joey was letting it fly. You're good. Don't worry about it.
All right, well,
Yeah, you're good.
everybody likes Joey Porter, right?
Yeah.
Which one?
Shout out Joey.
Junior or?
Senior. Well, they
Senior.
were both there, but senior was letting it fly.
Oh, nice.
But being a part of field goal block now and having that role where you jump over the pile, jump over the center, what is your role? Can you explain that to the group? And how did that come about?
It's just something being a special teams guy, like a core guy that I started doing, I think in 2023, being on the field goal block team. There's a jumper gap, which I've been close a handful of times, and then there's the A-gap jump, which I blocked one when I was with the Rams, and the ref said I was too far back, so that's why I'm a little hesitant about doing it and making sure everything is aligned right. So
Yeah.
that's you didn't know the story of there was a penalty on me right before half, blocked it, and then they got to re-kick it right before half and made it, and that wasn't a fun halftime for me. in New York that I was getting yelled at the whole halftime. Know the effing rules. So I went, I learned the rules, and now I'm helping you.
Now you just get scared out of your mind. Yeah. I want to talk about, there's a conspiracy though. Who came up with having the wired headphones, you or Aaron Rodgers?
Well, Aaron has a bigger following and a bigger brand than I do. Rightfully so. He's multiple-time MVP, Super Bowl champ. And he, like I said, has a bigger platform, and he wore them once and thought it was revolutionary. You can check the receipts on my Instagram. I've been wearing them. I'm very into health and wellness.
Are you?
Am I? I don't like the AirPods. The AirPods, I believe, send EMFs through your brain. So if you're out here with AirPods, consider.
I'm looking around to see if it has it here.
Consider getting a nice, fresh pair of wires. And it's funny because when your next guest, I don't want to ruin the surprise, but when he walked in when I was backstage, guess what he was wearing? Wired headphones, and guess what type of water he had? A nice glass bottle of Mountain Valley.
Wow.
So, and guess who he got that from? Most likely me.
Wait, were you the water first too?
I've been on Mountain Valley for a long time. Yeah.
What's the conspiracy behind that?
Oh, it's just microplastics and BPA and all that. But Mountain Valley, I got to do a little more research because I believe they just got bought out by a bigger company. So now I need to find the next best water. It might still be Mountain Valley.
Could be Liquid Death. We'll talk about that later.
Definitely not. Sorry.
Let's talk about your journey, though. You were at Northwestern for some time. How the heck did you get to Notre Dame?
So I'm from Indiana originally, the state, not the city. As people from Pittsburgh area, when I say Indiana, sometimes they think I mean Indiana, the city of Pennsylvania. Not the city, the state, Fort Wayne, about an hour and a half from South Bend. I never really grew up a Notre Dame fan until one of the guys I trained with, Jalen Smith, went to Notre Dame. Then I started following it, went on a couple recruiting visits. They're probably almost a favor than a recruiting. I was a low 3-star, so there's no way I was getting an offer there out of high school. But it opened my eyes to Notre Dame. I was like, this is super cool. Wanted to go there out of high school. Didn't have the opportunity. I had a couple lower Big Ten offers, Iowa, Northwestern, obviously, Indiana, Purdue. Kind of, the guys at Ohio State would beat up on. Not anymore with Indiana beating Ohio State. But didn't have the opportunity to go there. Played at Northwestern for 4 years, had a good bit of success. I ended up having a high ankle sprain early in the season, my senior year, so I redshirted that year. And it was kind of before the portal was a big thing. There's a couple people that had transferred before, but it was something I talked with my family about, and just kind of took a leap of faith of going to. Originally, I wanted to go to Alabama. Just they were the top dog at that point. I wanted to go to the biggest school I could go to, and people were like, "You're crazy. If you go to Alabama, you're not going to play." And I was like, "Well, I want to play in the NFL. So if I'm not going to play at Alabama, then the dream's dead right there." Devontae Smith ended up going back to Alabama, so I felt like Notre Dame was a perfect fit for me, and it was a great experience. And then COVID hit. It was a COVID year, so then it was like I was just so excited to play Notre Dame Stadium. The schedule was unbelievable. Every away game was at MetLife, the Coliseum. The brand of Notre Dame just so big. And then COVID hit. I didn't even know if there was going to be a season, but everything ended up working out as best as it could with the circumstances, and had a great year. Met a lot of great people, but I think most importantly for my development, just being around a lot of different NFL guys. I think we ended up that year maybe had 20 guys that end up going to the NFL. So just competing, practicing, whether it was conditioning, weight room stuff, or just being around them, I think it really helped my football development.
What I took from that is you were the modern day Rudy.
Rudy. Yeah.
Overrated movie.
There's a conspiracy, though, that the Rudy story is kind of just...
Conspiracy. It's totally fabricated.
It's fabricated. But
not even real. I think he went to jail.
Wait.
I think Rudy went to jail.
I'm not going to speak on things I don't know. I don't want to get a lawsuit
reckless speculation
from Rudy.
Reckless speculation.
Defamation. I don't want to...
Speaking of Rudy.
Allegedly. Say that before.
Speaking of Rudy, in the league, Do you think everybody would put down their jerseys for a player to play?
No.
That's what I'm talking about. That part was ridiculous. It was insane.
Would you? Cam Heyward would not.
I would.
You're selfless.
I put it down for Aaron Rodgers and for you.
Thank you. Oh.
For every one of my teammates. Speak on your time with the Rams. You won a Super Bowl over there. You were drafted 249th overall. But just talk about your draft story and then talk about your journey there.
My draft story was terrible. A little foreshadowing, not foreshadowing. I broke my foot at the Senior Bowl. I was unable to run the 40, and being a white receiver, a 40 is very important to run.
Especially for a white receiver.
Yeah. So that was bad. So I went into the draft weekend. I was like, everyone's like, are you going to get drafted? I was like, I have no idea. And I knew it wouldn't be on Thursday night like you. So I just kind of didn't watch Thursday. Friday, rounds 2 and 3, knew it wasn't going to be that. Saturday was the longest day of my life. I told my mom, I said, I don't want to have a draft party. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be drafted. No, my mom had people over for sure. I was going from room to room trying to avoid people because I was just like, what's going on? Am I done playing football? I had no idea. My phone was ringing. I was getting phone calls from all these different teams being like, so I didn't know if it was like getting drafted or not. You answer, it's like, hey, we got 5 picks coming up. You ready? Or we got whatever. Then it started becoming, hey, would you come here as a UDFA? So all that was going on. And then finally I get a call from Thousand Oaks, California. I hadn't talked to the Rams. Were the only team I hadn't talked to the whole draft cycle. I didn't know where Thousand Oaks was. I didn't know if it was Northern California, Southern California. I had no idea. They called me. They drafted me. It was honestly a great thing that happened. Being able to play for McVay, being able to obviously win a Super Bowl, but most importantly for my development, being in a room with Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, Deshaun Jackson, Odell. Like, I was just able to learn so much.
What was that room like?
It was amazing. It was like, I learned so much, and I would just sit there. I probably talk too much, but that tends to happen with me. But I was able to learn just like the game of football. Then I would come in early in the mornings, and Cooper and Matthew would do film at like 6 a.m., and I would just sit in the back and just try to learn. And going 249 definitely wasn't ideal, but being able to make the team and then just soak in as much knowledge as I could, and I feel like it's really helped me get to where I'm at today, playing 6 years and hopefully a handful more.
You bring up Matthew. I have a lot of respect for Matthew Stafford. We were actually training. I had torn my elbow in the Sugar Bowl, and he was coming off of a big injury when he was with Detroit, and we were actually training together, and he came up to me and was like introducing himself, and I was like, bro, I know who you are. But that just spoke to how Matthew presents himself. But did you watch the draft last night?
I watched it. I watched some of it.
Were you surprised Ty Simpson going to the Rams?
Yeah, I thought maybe they would have traded back and tried to maybe acquire some future equity because I didn't know. I mean, obviously they have more intel than I do, but I didn't think he would go at 13. I thought he'd be in the first round for sure, but it's definitely a weird situation when I think Matthew said he has one more left, or maybe he confirmed that he's playing. I don't know how many years he has left, but they're definitely in a win now mode with a Super Bowl roster, and maybe you could have added, a receiver or whatever the position is to help win now, but they're obviously thinking that they have, more than enough to compete this year. Then, they have something for when Matthew decides to hang it up. But Matthew's I'm very lucky. I played with Matthew and Aaron, like 2 of the best quarterbacks. So, they have, like I said, they have more intel than I do, but I was a little shocked.
2-part question. What is something special about the wide receiver position that not a lot of people know?
What is special? It's a hard question. A lot of the times in the receiver room, you know who is designed to get the football, what the play design is to, there's a first read and a second read, and then sometimes the other routes are a clear out route. So you would think that everyone is running the routes to get open, which isn't always the case. Sometimes you're more of a sponge and you are to occupy a zone or a defender to, whether it's to tie down, the weak hook to throw a wrap behind it, or run a beeline route to open up a dagger window, stuff like that. So it's a very selfless room of you have to do your job for your brother next to you, and if you don't run that clear out route full speed, and I've seen it happen, the safety would drive the dagger, and that guy would be coughing up blood. So it's a very selfless position. There's a lot that goes into each and every pass concept, whether it's spacing, the details, the steps, and just the overall timing and rhythm of the passing game.
Second part, what's something special about a special teamer and all the different roles they have?
I think to answer that is you are playing on punt. It's the only play in football, well, besides an interception, I guess, where you start on offense and then you go to defense. So every play you're protecting a punt if you're on the interior of the punt team, and then you have to go make a tackle. So there's just a lot of skill set that goes, you have to have a wide range of skills to be an effective special teams player. Your brother Connor was a football guy. I think you have to be a football guy to excel in that phase of the game, and that's why I love it. It's just there's a lot of hats to wear, and it's a lot of fun. You never know what you're going to get. You might get double teamed, you might get single, you might get whatever, but you just got to figure it out. You got to be a football player, understand spacing on the field, for coverage, understand there's gaps kind of on defense. It's can't get out of your gap, can't get out of your lane, and yeah.
You mentioned Connor. I want to talk about a play that happened last year. Were you surprised they used him in the tush push after Darnell went down?
Well,
why was there a smirk?
The first time we used that, do you want to? Why don't you have a better point of view? I was just protecting the edge. Why don't you tell him what happened the first time that you tush pushed your brother? Well, I don't know if that was the first time on the football field that you tush pushed him.
Well, first of all, that was the first time I had been asked to do the tush push. I've always been against it. But I was asked, we had to practice it a lot of times. Everybody's giving me great advice about how I should do it. And, I was doing it good in practice, I thought. It's just a walkthrough for the most part. We get to the game, first time I do it, I push Connor too early. That's never happened before. When I push Connor, I'm supposed to push Connor.
Tackled Connor.
Yeah, tackled. It was a tackle. You took him down. Just took him down.
And then we had to explain to Cam on the sideline, Cam, you don't get a tackle. You don't get a tackle for loss if it's your own teammate. And he's like, oh, he's celebrating like he got a sack. It's Cam, it's your own teammate.
And this is what made it bad. After I did it, he got up and was like, you hit me too early. And I was like, I'm trying. I don't know what I'm doing. And I was hot on the sideline. And then he went off on the side, and he's talking to Mike T. He's like, you see what he did? And I guess Mike T told him, you go talk to him then. And so after that, I was a little bit pissed about it. It was at the end of the half, the first half in the Ravens game, and we didn't run it on those 3 plays it was the first play we got stopped. We were at the 2-yard line after that, and then we kept going backwards. And I was like, damn, Mike T, I don't get another chance to redeem myself. He was like, I'm not mad at you. We'll get back to it. And then in the second half, we got to it, and we actually converted it, so it was perfect.
How nervous were you, though, doing it, honestly?
First one, I was nervous. After that, I was like, I got to get him in the end zone. I felt a lot better. And it was bad because the first one, it wasn't just 1 yard. It felt like a long, 2.
I thought he got it, honestly. I thought it was a bad spot, but you did tackle him.
I couldn't argue that.
You did tackle him.
What's your welcome to the NFL moment?
I feel like I could answer like 10 different ways. Maybe it was one of my first days in LA, walking into the weight room and seeing a shirtless, chiseled, glistening Aaron Donald.
I knew where he was going. I knew where he was going with that.
And then I looked at myself in the mirror. I was like, we played the same sport. That was pretty welcoming.
Or unwelcoming.
Yeah, and then him walking by me and just looking at me, and I was like, oh, all right. It turns out D linemen aren't all built like that. What was that? Oh,
Yeah, why'd you guys all do that?
Why'd you guys? I can't. Oh no, I didn't. That was my one of many. Every day you get humbled in this business.
Guys, this might be Ben's last time on the podcast.
All right, views will be down.
Who's your favorite teammate?
Oh, there's.
It depends whose podcast he's on.
Yeah.
Oh, that is true.
Because he's on Kuntz's more than ours, so.
It's not Aaron because he's not our teammate.
Technically, you're right.
He's not our
You
teammate.
okay, look into the camera.
Where's the camera?
Right
ahead.
there in the middle.
Okay.
Look into the camera.
You don't need to squint. You just look into it.
and give your
it is
pitch
right.
to Aaron to come back.
You go first.
No. I asked you.
You go first.
We knows what his will be. Either
I've
you
already
want to be a
done it.
Steeler or you don't.
Wow. Really played to the masses there. You went for that one, didn't you?
It was right there. I had to take
Oh
it.
my
I
God.
had to
Hayden answered it for me.
No, go ahead. Give your
No,
give your
don't do
pitch.
that. That started a whole
Give your-
shitstorm. Give your own one. Don't listen to me.
My own opinion. Just think about all those Meadows custards we could have. And Latrobe. Just Meadows after practice. Nice, long, hard day in Latrobe.
Who buys?
If it's Nobu, he's buying. If it's Meadows, I'll put the card down. I bought a handful of times. I said, look, I got this one.
What was something new you had to adjust to when you came to Pittsburgh?
When I came to Pittsburgh.
Yes.
I don't want to bash the hotel, but
Okay, he was at the Four Seasons the whole time in L.A.
no. I was at the hotel. One of the first. I got here right before the season started, like week 1 or whatever. So I'm staying in the hotel for a few weeks, and the lights flickering in the hotel room, and I was like, "What is going on?" I look down, and like it's like automatic lights, and I look down. There's like mice running around in the hotel room. And that was a tough start to Pittsburgh, but the city has embraced me, and
I don't think you put that on your report cards.
yeah, no, I don't fill that out. You're the PA guy, but yeah, that was an adjustment, I'd say.
Oh my gosh. Toughest coverage unit you've had to go against this past year?
Coverage, well, I don't really return. I don't know. They're all. I don't want to. Which I'm not a returner. Toughest unit.
Toughest unit you had to go
Toughest
against.
unit. New England's very good. I spent some time with their coordinator, Jeremy Springer. He was the assistant in LA. Now he's the head guy in New England, and they have really good players. So they're definitely at the top of mind. But there's a lot of different. There's a lot of good units in the league that I don't want to just say one and then be bulletin board material.
Before we wrap up, can we get a Danny Smith story?
I was going to hit that.
We need a Danny Smith story.
One?
Give them all.
No, you can give as many as you want on that.
Well, I think I've told this before on your podcast. I'm trying to think of a different one, but the one that comes to the top of the mind was it was my first week here, and I had some success in LA on special teams, and finished as an alternate for the Pro Bowl, and I had a couple double-digit tackle seasons. And I come in, I ask a question to Danny, and I don't know why, but he started just cussing me out and saying, "You think you're good?" "You've been cut, you've been traded," and I'm just like sitting here, I'm like, "Oh, who is this guy?" That was my first week with him, but I'd say from that moment on, we went on a upward trajectory, and I am very thankful for Danny Smith, what he did for my career. Mike Tomlin bringing me into Pittsburgh when I was on the couch, like it was. I'm very thankful for those two guys believing in me, and I remember I think it was the first team meeting. He like put me on the PowerPoint, and it was probably the least amount of confidence I've had. I just got cut from Houston. I'm sitting in a brand new team, don't know anybody. The head coach is talking about the roster, the 53, and he's like, "There's people that I was on practice squad at the point." He's like, "There's people in this room that aren't on the 53 that are going to play this Sunday," and like mention me, and it's just like little stuff like that. Whether it was Coach T, Danny, just because really football is all about confidence. Obviously, you need to have a skill set, but if you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to make plays on Sunday. So those two guys really helped my career out a lot. I'm forever grateful that I got to play for them and what they did for me.
I feel like it's becoming like a Dr. Phil special now.
It was a
Everybody's
good
clapping.
answer. It was a good
Good
answer.
answer. It's thoughtful.
Yeah,
a little bit of
very
jokes, a little bit
thoughtful,
of serious.
Yeah.
You never know what you're going to get.
Even after winning, being part of the Pro Bowl squad this year, what's something underrated about your skill set?
I would say I'm versatile. Just with my size, I'm able to play. It's almost like if you're in 11 personnel, you could be in 21 personnel, you could be in 11, you could be in 12. So that on the offensive side of the ball, definitely versatile. And then special teams, play gunner, play personal protector, can move all over the kickoff unit, stuff like that. And then there's a moment this year where we had some safeties go down, and I was sitting in the defensive meeting room. Never played a snap of safety, but before my career is over, I would love to play one defense. Like, you've played all three phases. How many guys in the NFL have played offense, defense, and special teams? Not many.
Not many.
So I think that's something that I strive for. I want to be a Swiss Army knife and be like you.
Wow. That was very kind of you.
Thank you.
What do you think about the wide receiver room now? You, DK Metcalf, and now Michael Pittman.
It's a very fun room to be in. Both those guys have great personalities. Roman's still young, getting better, and then I assume we're going to we almost got someone last night, but...
Did you think we were getting Malachi Lemon?
I met him on his 30 visit, and he seemed like a great fit for the organization. Great dude, talked to him, had lunch with him. I was hoping that if we picked a receiver there, it was going to be him, but I'm assuming that Omar and company will grab one today at some point. I'm excited to get a young guy in there and help them in their football journey. I feel like I'm at that point in my career now, year 6, where you can pour into the young guys.
I'm scared for that.
Kind of like how you do.
I am very scared for you to pour into any guy.
Pause.
Don't go with that. What does year 6 look like for you?
Just continuing to get better. I feel like that's the name of the game. Just each and every year get better, and definitely want team success. Win football games. It's really what I enjoy doing. Whether I have a touchdown in New York or no catches and we win a game, it doesn't matter. I just like winning. So winning's the number one thing, and then just continuing to prove myself and prove that I belong in this business.
Last question. You won a Super Bowl. What do the Steelers have to do to win a Super Bowl?
Wow.
I like putting the pressure.
Putting the pressure on. Let's see.
Yeah.
That's a deep question. No, I'm excited about the new coaching staff. So far, it's been the offensive side of the ball. Like, McCarthy's been great.
Okay, well then let's switch it. What has Mike McCarthy been like?
He's been different. He's a old school guy. Like, it's crazy the tree that he is. Like, the quarterbacks he's coached, the places he's been, the football he's seen. Like, he's just been everywhere, it seems like, and coached Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Dak Prescott, guys that have had a lot of success in this league, and he loves throwing the football. So there's a lot of details in the passing game. I've learned a lot. Like I like sitting in meetings and learning. So it's been fun to hear some war stories from the 1990s to today. Like that's cool for me. I'm a football guy, like a junkie. I love the history of the game. So just hearing different stories about guys he's coached, and it's the same thing with Aaron. That's kind of like I used to just always ask him about certain games. Just football is so cool, man. There's so many different guys you cross paths with. It's fun to learn, and that's what I love doing.
Everybody, please give it up for Ben Skowronek.
Thank you, Ben. It was incredible.
Thank you, guys.
This is advertiser content from Heinz. The draft is always one of the most exciting nights in sports, but right now, we're running our own draft, a catch-up draft. We're stacking up the all-time best foods to earn a coveted pairing with Heinz Simply Ketchup. The Heinz Ketchup you know and love, now made with 7 simple, all-natural ingredients. Welcome to the official 2026 Not Just Football Heinz Ketchup Draft.
First up, we've got the MVP, the fan favorite. It's savory and delicious, the cheeseburger.
No surprises here. A strong, reliable player year after year. The next pick, though, the hot dog.
Wow, now this is truly a controversial choice.
I can already see the comments and condiments rolling in.
And the third and final pick is, oh wow, scrambled eggs.
What? This is massive.
And French fries, not even in the top 3.
Wait, speaking of French fries, we're getting word about something huge. Fries are saying they won't show up to training camp unless they're traded to Heinz Mustard.
Wow, Cam, this is historic. We've never seen anything quite like this.
One thing is for sure, this is going to be a season unlike any other.
I'm just waiting to see where the chicken nuggets land.
That's it for us. Thanks for joining the official 2026 Not Just Football Ketchup Draft. Heinz is the official condiment of the NFL and NFL Draft. Go to heinz.com/MR57 to learn more.
We're going to start a new episode of Not Just Football here at Heinz History Center. These two guys are very special to me. We talk about pouring into our younger players and watching them grow throughout their careers. In their first year, you watch just them continue to keep getting better. And I have high hopes for them because they are going to be staples in the Pittsburgh community. So please, I don't want to wait any longer. Please go for our first rounder from last year, Derrick Harmon and Yahya Black.
How we doing? How we doing?
Wow. That couch is in
I
trouble.
love that jersey right there. I
Couch is in
love it.
trouble.
Hey, we could have got a bigger couch for us. Now.
Yeah, I was like,
It's crazy.
man,
I think it's funnier that they have a smaller couch.
That doesn't look right. That does not look right. Wow. We should have planned this out better.
Hold on. Before we do this, I have to be nice to him. Here's some fries.
Nice.
Got some
I'm
ketchup,
ready.
Heinz.
I'm on it.
Wow, great plug there.
It's a little
at
cold, but it's gonna do.
Got a microwave?
Like y'all have turned down the food before. All right. Well, boys, I'm excited to have you guys here. I really respect you two. I love watching you two together because, like I said, these two are going to be staples on our team in the community going forward. Derrick, first-round pick last year. You get drafted, and everyone understands your story, but that draft process for you, how was it like going through it?
It was bittersweet for me. Like you said, it was a time that you worked your whole life to get to, and you're happy that you're there. But for me, Mom was on life support, and after I got my name called, I went to go tell her, then she shortly passed away. So it was difficult, but it was after I talked to God, it was you got to see the bigger picture, and it took me a minute to see it. But just talking with him and getting that relationship back with him, it really helped me so far.
Why? What about you? What was your draft experience like?
I was back in my hometown at one of my favorite food spots with my family.
If you
and
couldn't tell he likes food, he's wearing a Spam T-shirt.
I am wearing a Spam T-shirt. Yeah, I was with friends and family, and I got prank called twice.
These prank calls are crazy.
It was wild.
Who were the prank calls? What teams? Who'd you think you were going
I don't
to?
even remember. I was just too mad after that point. And then I got the call, and from there it was full-on tears because I was more stressed out than anything.
Preseason comes around. Derrick, you dealt with some injuries that you were coming back from. Yahya, you started playing a lot more. And I think we were playing Carolina. I think you had like 2 sacks that game in the preseason. Let's talk about that celebration dance, though. What did you do?
I rubbed my belly, man. I ain't gonna lie. It just felt right. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
Do you want to just show us right now what you were
Not
doing?
really. Not really. Because, like, I get seen at, like,
just go
some
ahead.
events, bro, and they be like, belly silly! And, like, I'll just be doing one of these, just, like, off in the corner. And, yeah, they be getting me, man.
But it's a trademark thing. Like, he's going to go around. He's going to go to the hospital.
That's the new Joey Porter kick in Pittsburgh.
It is.
The TJ Watt kick. That's the new one.
He's going to be going where, babies are born, just talking to all the pregnancy women, just, I'm rubbing the belly. Like, it's going to take off.
I mean, I liked it. I want to know, Cam, how much have they grown in 1 year? What was it like seeing them come in together and grow? And then I want to know what you two have thought about him, and how did he treat you guys as rookies?
Oh, we don't have to get in that last part. But watching these two grow, they were thrown on the field way earlier than I ever was. So they were thrown to the fire. We asked a lot of them, and, they delivered. Week in and week out, they were making plays. For him, craziest play, we're playing Chicago, and it was like poetry. He's in the play, and it's like a big scrum in the middle, and somehow he comes up with the ball, and we're like, how the hell did Yahya wind up with the ball? You look at the replay, and all you see is Yahya's hand just grab the ball and pull it out of the guy's hand. And you're like, damn, that takes talent. And it just spoke to the ball awareness and, the commitment to just getting better, because we were preaching turnovers week in and week out. And it was really special to just watch him make that play. Him, first game back, we're playing New England, and, he's jittery. The week before, Mike T was like, I'm hold you out. That was the Detroit game was a different story. But New England was when you were coming back the first time. And, he's jittery. And he was like, Mike T's like, I'm going to put him on a pitch count. He goes out there. What'd you play, like 50, 60?
50. They said, we're going to make sure you ain't going to get too many snaps. Got up their first drive, and then it was like, no, Hoss, you got to go. You got to go. So.
And so watching these two deliver in moments throughout the season, it just shows that, man, they are going to be ready. They are just going to keep ascending. And, it's not even close to, where they're going to be in 5 years. Like, I expect these guys to have Pro Bowls, all pros, because of the guys they are.
You want the second half of that question, right?
What's your experience with him now?
I mean, getting in there, it was dope. Cam was a great leader, but we sitting in the front of the room, and you hear just Cam talking shit. That's all you hear. It was like, and Dunbar's in the front of the room. He's like, don't listen to him. And all you could do was listen to Cam. But we got really good tips and stuff throughout the whole season.
Yeah, one thing I loved about Cam coming in, because around the league, you just hear a lot of horror stories about the old heads and young guys coming in, they're not training each other right. As soon as we came in, man, Cam was willing to help us, willing to coach us up, probably getting on his nerves a lot, because we come in after drives, hey, Cam, how did you see this? How did you see that? How did you play this? So, and he was willing every time I came asking, me and Black came asking, he's like, yeah, this is how you do this. This is what I see. This is how you can do it. And it was just a tribute to him, the man he is, the player he is, and to give back to the young guys because he was a young guy at the point. So that was dope.
I remember being in their position. We, in our room, we're right next to like our little lobby area, and like, you know, when a special teams meeting is going on, you know, the D-line's usually together. And I remember when I was a young guy, all the old heads would be in the lobby area hanging out, and I would just go there to just sit there and learn and just shut up, not say a word, just wanted to be around the guys. So now, you know, we have like maybe 30 minutes, and I'll put on the most random stuff. What were we watching? We were watching Last Dance for a while.
Yeah, The Last Dance.
With the, not Save the Last Dance, but Michael Jordan's The Last Dance. And funny story with that, you know, I said if we go on a run, Yahya, you gotta become our Dennis Rodman. And of course, Yahya became our Dennis Rodman. He had blonde hair. His wife dyed his hair. You know, and that just spoke to Yahya being ready. I was supposed to wear a beret. I had it in my car, never took it out, but it's a funny story about Yahya. But I just love how they always were just ready to jump on being a part of this team, being a part of the D-line room. To play D-line with the Pittsburgh Steelers, you got to be mean, you got to have fun, you got to kick a whole lot of ass, and these guys do that, play in and play out, week to week, and the stories we have, getting to know each other is really special too.
Yeah, well, thank you. Look, you know, you were mad it turned into a Dr. Phil episode with Skowronek, and now we've gotten our fourth applause here in this one.
Yeah, because that's Ben Skowronek. You don't need to. Everybody knows about Ben. Ben loves to talk. Ben loves to have a good time.
Ben's a different character. And P.S., I did not bring the headphones because of Ben. It was probably because of A-Rod, but not Ben.
Wow. There you go. We got the answer there.
What was the hardest thing as a rookie for you guys?
Not something being hard. I say just that rookie year is like it's a long year, and you hear guys around the league say it, but it's really a long year for you. And just being on top of your body maintenance, like me, I went down twice last year. Just being on top of your body, man, as a rookie, because you're doing your combine visits, then you're doing your 30 visits, then going back to your university, doing more visits with the coaches and things like that. So then once you get in your city or what team you're at, you're playing ball, straight in the ball. So you don't have no real time to let your body relax. So that was probably the hardest for me in my rookie year.
I'd have to double that. That whole beginning and then getting into preseason. But also our bye week was early.
Yes.
Yeah. And after the bye week, I was good for a couple more games, and then I hit a mean wall. Like I went home, and I told my wife, I was like, I'm tired. She's like, go to sleep. I was like, no, like, I'm tired. Like, I don't want to go in today. She's like, sucks.
And it's always funny for like a rookie when they hit the wall, they have this stank face, and we can all tell. It's like, and you're like, we can tell, and they're like, ain't nothing going on. I'm fine. We all see it.
Most definitely.
Derrick, you win the Joe Green Rookie of the Year award. What does that award mean to you?
For me, once I learned about the award, it means a lot because a lot of great players got that award way before me, and just to see the name, because, you know, we have it going right up the stairs, going to the meeting room, you have that whole wall of all the players that won that award. So just seeing that, it was a blessing, and I was very happy and grateful that I was able to win that award.
Let's talk about Ireland. Everybody enjoy that Ireland game? What was it like going over to Ireland for you boys?
I didn't know what to expect. First of all, that plane ride was long. Man. And then we got out there, and I didn't want to go anywhere, to be honest with you. But I got to ride on the left side of a 4x4 or like a big Jeep.
Yeah.
And it was a manual shift. I didn't fit in that thing. So I'm sitting behind the wheel like this, like trying to shift, like couldn't even reach the brake. It was ugly, but we're in the backwoods, and I just felt really weird driving on the left side.
It was nice out there. For me, it was my first time out the country, so just to see a new place like that and play some ball out there in front of different fans, it was dope.
Did Cam make you split the G?
See, I didn't even make him do that.
Somebody said you forced it on him. Who was that?
I did it myself.
Oh, you didn't need to.
That was Deshaun.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
That
he
was
didn't like it.
Deshaun.
That's right.
Y'all's relationship, what's it been like having you guys as rookies together coming in? What's it been like this rookie year?
That's my supposed twin.
You said it. I didn't say it.
We get that a lot.
Yeah, I get called Harmon all the time, and he gets called YA. But I mean, the first time I met him, we were best friends from the start. So it's been really good.
Yeah, it was dope to come in with a guy in your position in your room, Ricky. So y'all going through the same things. You know what's going on with each other. Y'all know how y'all feel because y'all going through the same things. Y'all experiencing the first things together in the league. So it was pretty dope to come in with a guy like this and a guy that loves football just like I do. So it was love.
Who was the one teammate you were surprised by?
As far as what?
Just in general. You don't have to say me.
Darnell.
Why
Darnell
is that?
Washington. We get in there, and like, I'm right, like my locker's right next to him. I see this big dude. I'm like, that's a D lineman. Nah, that's a tight end. It's like, damn. And then we get into camp. I'm gonna go play the 6. It's like line up across the tight end. All right, cool. I hit him like, whoa, that's not a tight end. That's like this is a true double team. I'm playing on the inside right now. And then you get off the field and it's just Darnell. He's just joking and being himself. And I was like, oh, okay, so he cool, but.
So we mess with Darnell a lot. There's 2 things with Darnell. One, why was y'all's lockers right next to each other? The 2 biggest in the whole locker room.
That's a lot of space
Makes
right
no
there.
sense.
Yeah, that seems weird.
And the other part is, we joke with Darnell, is he always liked to talk to Connor. And the way he says it is very funny. So we start saying, hey, Connor. Hey, Connor.
Hey, Ghana.
So we love Darnell. But Derrick, who's one guy that surprised you when you
For
got
me, it's probably been A-Rod. Because you think a guy like that has been in the league for 20 years doesn't like really maneuver in the locker room, but he was talking to the young guys and cracking jokes and just really teaching us the game, how he see things. I remember vividly, we were in training camp, and I think I like knocked one of his passes down. He was like, "Hey, big boy, you're not gonna do that again." So just things like that. He's joking around. He's competitive, as you guys know. So he surprised me.
Welcome to the NFL moments for both of you.
We just talked about this.
Don't want to give a guy too much credit, but he's a great player. Quinn Nelson, man, I remember this vividly. This one, TJ got a sack, so I got to see it every time we watching the sack reel. Full slide. I think I got the one on with the center. Quinn Nelson come back, hit my hip, I fly across the field. But then I look up, TJ getting a strip sack. So I'm like, oh, okay, we did something good, you know.
I got the same thing on the run play, but I say my welcome was trying to tackle Derrick Henry. I tried to shed a block and I stuck my arm out there, and next thing you know, I'm on the ground laying like this, and I'm looking down the field, and I'm just like, yeah, my shoulder's messed up. Like it ain't coming back.
What has Mike T meant to y'all's career so far?
Coming in as a first-year guy, it was all about the relationship. And, man, it was like you just met the guy and it was heartfelt. Like, I could have trusted that man with anything. And it just couldn't ask for anything else from him.
Yeah, I remember coming in doing my combine visit at the combine, and as soon as I walk in the room, it was like I knew Mike T for like 2-3 years. We just got down, got to talking, not even talking football yet, just asking how it was, talking about families and things like that. And just in the team meeting, I remember our very first team meeting, Mike T, how he talks, like, you in team meeting, you ready to go run through a wall as soon as you get done talking in that team meeting, because just how he's motivating his players, how he's wanting to get everything out of his players, and that's something I really love about Mike T. He know how to really get the most out of his players. So
Now, you guys come to Pittsburgh. What's the one thing you had to adjust to?
I have way too much time on my hands. Like, coming from college, like, had way too much time on my hands. I don't know what to do with it. And, like, I like to eat, so, man, food was on the mind. Like, we went to Permani's early, and that thing got some weight to it. I put it down.
So you like it? You like Permani's?
It's definitely more of a drunk food, but
Yeah.
yes.
You're telling on yourself. Please stop.
I'm telling you, coming, like, if I was 2 a.m.,
Go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed.
man, I'm hungry.
What about you, DR?
I say that traffic, man. We coming out that building around 5, and that traffic is backed up, man. I'm trying to get to the crib after practice. I got to sit in traffic for a good hour. That's about it, though.
You talked about hitting the rookie wall, but for people who did not play college in the NFL, explain to me how big of a difference the NFL really is from college.
You got one bye week. You get 2 bye weeks in college, then you playing 12, 13 games. But you get to the league, you got 17 games, 1 bye week. Then, like Yahya said earlier, our bye week was like week 4, week 5. So you got to think about all them weeks after that bye week to still week by week, and you probably got 2 days to get your body right. So it's repetitive. So that's probably the biggest difference. Them bye weeks is really helps you out.
I'm going to list some guys, and I want to know how you guys feel about them. TJ Watt.
What you want, like a thumbs up or thumbs down?
Tell me what you feel about him, if you have any stories. Expand upon that. TJ Watt.
He good peoples.
That's it?
I don't really have any stories with him. You got stories?
I guess.
You got a handshake with him?
Yeah, I got a handshake with him.
I ain't got no handshake.
Wow. Sorry, Tejas, he kind of told on you there.
What am I supposed to do?
And TJ's good people, man. For me, he really, like I said, like Cam did, he really embraced those young guys. He always picking on Jack Sawyer. He is too. Both of them always picking on Jack Sawyer. But
You got to bring Jack down, because Jack lives in outer space. Jack needs to be brought down to this hemisphere. So
yeah, but no, TJ's a great guy, man. Very great leader. Willing to talk to the young guys. So I love T.
Nick Herbig.
That's a character. I love that. Man, you don't know what you're gonna get from Nick. I'm not gonna lie, but he's a really dope dude. I remember when we sit waiting for special teams, he'll just come in and start saying something random. You don't know what's gonna happen, but yeah, no, he's a really cool dude. I like hanging out with Nick.
No, Nick cool, man. I love Nick too. Him and KB, those two together are characters. Keanu Ben and Nick Herbert, those two together are characters. So I love those two.
They're always together.
Always together.
I thought they shared an apartment together.
I did too.
In bunk beds, but, that's just how they roll. DK Metcalf.
That guy right.
That's you.
That's my best friend on the offensive side of the ball. Great guy. Like I said, he was probably, after Cam, was probably the second guy that hit me up once I got drafted. And that just shows to the guy he is, just contacting a young guy as soon as he got drafted. He wasn't even on campus or in Pittsburgh yet, but still gave me that call, and that was pretty dope from him. And just from that day forward, just built our relationship here and day in, day out. I remember, probably hope we don't get in trouble for this, but Coach T put one of the plays I made up on the team meeting, and he came up to me like, "Hey, little brother, if you Coach T put another play up there again like next week, and next week after that I'm gonna give you some cheese. Like just keep making plays because we need you to make them type plays, and that just shows he's on the offensive side. So that means he watching that defensive side film, and he want to pull something out of me, and that was love.
Last one for me, Patrick Queen.
That's your guy.
That is my guy. I love PQ, man. We gamed a lot. I'm not even gonna lie. It's not even inside the building. Like we be on siege and stuff. He just be talking. I love that dude. he loves to run his mouth, but he's also a really competitive dude. So I sat with him in the front of the room, and we always just talk ball, no matter what it was about. Like I didn't even have to know what was going on, and we just talk ball. So like that dude right there, he's one of the ones.
I guess I got one more. And it's funny, when you got drafted, this guy, he was like, oh yeah, he went to my school. Oh, we still claim him. Connor Heyward. Connor claimed you up and down. I was like, bro, he went to Oregon. He did not want to stay at Michigan State. Nobody wants to stay at Michigan State. Connor didn't even want to stay at Michigan State. But speak on that.
Yeah, no. So yeah, Connor, I got to Michigan State 2021, and that's when Connor was moving from running back to tight end, and he was a goofball in the locker room, man, joking all around, and that's how just our camaraderie was in that locker room at Michigan State. Brothers, we was all brothers, all loved each other, all joked around, and once I got to Pittsburgh, it was like I seen my brother that I had never seen in a few years, and it was all love. So pretty good guy, man, for sure.
Now that your rookie season's over, what was the worst rookie duty he made you guys do?
I can tell you what the worst.
The way they stared at each other, it was like they knew what it was.
I wasn't even going to say the bottle. I think every rookie has to go through paying for alcohol beverages for the vets.
Most definitely.
But for some reason, we got a little bit, inebriated, and we made every player go up and give a speech at the end of the night. I got every one of those videos. I'm never sharing with anybody, but everybody was crying. It was emotional,
It's not a rookie duty.
Yes, it was.
No, that was.
It was intense. It felt like you watch the Academy Awards, you watch the Oscars, and you know how like people are thanking everybody, and usually they get kicked off a stage. No, we were like, no, you keep going. You go through everything. Tell us what you like, what you didn't like, and everybody was nervous at first, but then it was one of those moments where it was just. You really are just thankful for everybody in that room. We had Coach Dunbar, Denzel Martin, Darrell Young, who we had on the pod, but we had everybody in that room and we had TJ talking. We don't ever get TJ to talk. And so when everybody stood up, it was just it was special. And I felt like that was the biggest ask I asked of them because it asked them to come out of their comfort zone and just present themselves. And I think we should do that more, not just as a D-line, but just being open like that. That was just very cool for me, but it was cool to be the vet in the room and say no, you got to do this, and just staring at them, just yeah,
it was
it's
cool.
Going down.
It was cool because it was for us in the locker room and just as a D-line, just playing football in this league, you don't want to really show that emotion, that type of emotion. So just to see all of us really pour in and just tell how we feel, and you've seen guys that probably don't even talk in rooms much really get up there and express how they feel, and that was very eye-opening and things like that. So it was pretty dope, like Cam said. Yeah.
How bad was the rookie dinner?
So to me,
we talked about it when we first interviewed you and said it was going to be bad. So how bad?
So I thought it was bad. Then everybody seen check. They was like, "Oh, that's not nothing, D. You got it. Then you're good. Just go ahead and pay it." But it was bad. It was bad.
Was it? What was yours? Was it? Which was worse? Did they get you bad?
Yes, they got me very bad. Every one of my vets expected the most expensive bottle. So that was Casey Hampton, Brett Kiesel, Aaron Smith, Ziggy Hood, Chris Hoke, and then Coach Mitch wanted one. And then
This was a crazy thing. It wasn't like we were going to Eddie Merlot's. They found like a mom and pop restaurant, but then they flew in everything. I'm talking shrimp were like this big. The steaks were like this big. And you have to take it home. And, you know, this is one of the first times I'm taking my wife along with me, and we're, you know, she's trying to get to know everybody. She's like, oh, you guys eat like this all the time? I was like, no, we do not. And I had to pay for rides home and like Ubers, but it was a really special time.
What was the total?
The dinner alone was $22,000.
Oh.
So was y'all's bad?
Yeah. Was it?
I guess
Yeah.
mine was 13, but that's still bad for me.
But it was really special, and having these two guys up here is beyond special. You know, this is really cool to have a chance to talk with them, and I'm just very thankful to have you guys up. Derrick and Yahya, thank you so much for coming on the pod.
Thanks, fellas.
Appreciate you. Before we end, I want to say thank you so much to everybody showing up today. If you're not following the pod, please do. We appreciate it. Like and subscribe on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. And then thanks again to Heinz for making it all happen. Heinz is the official condiment of the NFL and NFL draft. But also, special thank you to Hayden Walsh, Ben Skowronek, Yahya Black, Derrick Harmon. They've been amazing.
And thank you to you, Cam. Thank you, Cam. Come on, let's go. Get it up for Cam. Let's go. Get it up. Get it up. There you go. See that?
We didn't need to do all that.
All right.
But yeah, but this has been fun. Might have to do this again sometime. But,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks to Heinz for their support. Heinz, football, and Pittsburgh go together like a cheeseburger and ketchup on a warm summer day. That's because Heinz is an iconic staple that simply can't be replaced. And just like football fans know what they want from their team, Heinz fans know what they want from their sauce. So the next time you want to gather with friends to talk about how this is the year for your team, remember to add Heinz to the menu, the official condiment of the NFL and the NFL draft. As the summer rolls in, don't forget to stock up on Heinz. Available at retailers nationwide. It has to be Heinz.